Don't worry guys, water is inside here. I should be using my pink water bottle, but I need to wash it. So also, have you guys been seeing those AI videos of stuff yelling? Okay, anyways, cue the intro. Hey guys, it's your girl Melody. Welcome to episode 2 of Melo's Musings. Before I explain what we're doing in this video, thank you for coming back. If you came back, I truly appreciate you. Also, thank you guys for 200 subscribers. We have 211 subscribers right now. Maybe it would have increased by the time I post these. Yeah, still 211. Thank you guys so much for everything. I have begun, which is a shame for me to say this, but I've begun to really pray for each and every one of you guys. May everything I say make sense. May I not harm anybody, and may may my words not hurt but lift. And if it does hurt, let it be something that, like, you know, hurts for good. Okay, so in this episode of Melo's Musings, we are doing the reflections from Ghana. So while I was in Ghana, I had my notes app, and it's all on my iPad right now, and I used to write like observations, whatever I was thinking, whatever I was feeling, call it the Ghana Diaries or Ghana Diaries. That's just me. Did I tell you guys to like, subscribe, and comment? I did not. Please do that. Also, tell me if you guys like this lighting, because this, like, it's daytime right now. It's daytime. It's literally the middle of the day, and I usually don't film at this time, so it's usually darker, but let me know if this is what you like. Anyways, I made notes of all my observations, everything new I was experiencing, and I did it in my notes app because it was fast and easy to do. I did plan to read this out for you guys when I was done. Unfortunately, there were only 2 YouTube videos for Melo in Ghana, or my study abroad vlogs, because baby, let me say I was not locked in for YouTube. I was not locked in. Even the series that I did, it's just by God's grace that I was vlogging, okay? But yeah, if you guys want to see the whole brouhaha with the whole brouhaha in a good way, by the way, with Melo in Ghana, the short form series, feel free to watch that in my YouTube short, or go on my Instagram. There are photos involved too. This has taken 3 minutes to say. Doesn't need to take 3 minutes. But before I actually start the video, the lip gloss today was the one that we usually use, Win Beauty, in the shade Legacy. In the shade Legacy. Okay, so let's get started. This is going to be very random. Well, it's not going to be random, just as I was seeing it. Maybe I'll explain if I feel like it needs explanation. Let's get into it. September 24th, 2024. Wow, I can't believe I started like this. This is very embarrassing. Okay, I've seen Ghanaian area boys for the first time. I was confused. This sounds bad, but let me sorry, let me explain. So on this day, me and a girl from my study abroad cohort, we were going, for my sake, to go get a SIM card into my phone. So we took Trotro, which is downfall in Nigeria, which is public transport bus, like a van bus. Okay, so as we're going there, it's Ghanaian area boys, and I was like, and they sound, the reason I said I was so confused is because they sounded the same as Nigerian area boys, and I was like, it was like a shocking, it was I hope this doesn't sound bad. It was just an observation. I was like, wow, like, well, I have anxiety, so a lot was going on. I was like, oh, this is a lot. But that's the explanation. I have nothing else to say. Yeah, September 28th. The boba guy called me Ejiwa, meaning rich girl. I claim it in Jesus' name. Poverty can be my portion, and my people will also be Ejiwa. By my people, I mean... that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, but y'all know what I mean. Hopefully. Okay, yeah, there was this boba guy in night market on campus. Night market is a place on the UG, on the University of Ghana Legon campus, and he called me Ejiwa. Like, this was like a few days into the thing. Yeah, called me rich girl. There was no need for me to explain that. I'm sure you guys understood what was going on. This is the same day. Oh man, I can't say that. Okay, let me just say this. Okay, this individual got sad that I didn't take a necklace he bought for me. He wore it and I don't know him like that, and he was upset. So as he put it back on, he kissed it and looked at me in despair. Why did I write this? before he did that, he took a deep breath. I laughed a lot. I don't know if that's me, but he'll be fine. You know, this should be something I should explain, but I really can't without telling you the whole story. And that story is so long. It's a long story. Update. He proceeded to take a picture of the necklace and save it as his profile picture to remember what I've done today, which was reject the necklace. I laughed while he was being dramatic and we settled on him keeping the necklace on the tree. I have pictures. Insert the picture here. I'll just give a brief explanation. This man, he told me he got me a gift. I was like, okay, period, what's the gift? He's wearing the gift on his necklace. I would not accept such a thing because you know, people can put jazz. I don't care whether that's not what he did. I still think it's odd for you to wear something before giving it to me and I don't even know you, you know. The next thing I wrote for that day was that I held baby kittens today. I'm so happy. They offered me one. I should have taken it. Insert picture of me holding the baby kitten. Cats are very common in Ghana, which is so cute. I love cats, okay? September 29th. I finally had Ribena for the first time in so long. I am so happy and satisfied. I met someone who was a refugee from the Liberian War. Liberian Civil War. She said that Nigeria was a really nice country and she went to Ogun State and was accepted by a Nigerian family. I said the reason why that's, well, besides the fact that that's a very deep story, the reason why I wrote this down was because right before, like she said, that I was talking to my new friend that I made at the time, who we're not friends anymore. Ooh, yeah, but we're not friends anymore. But me and this guy were talking and I was not like Ghanaians are so nice, like Nigerians are not nice. Nigerians are not nice at all. That's what I said. By the way, I'm Nigerian. And then she was hearing from afar. She was like, girl, that's not true. And then we talked about everything besides what I just said. Okay, that's an issue. And we're going to talk about immigration amongst West African countries, and then I can also specify it to Ghana. That's a whirlwind. I feel like I should write a research paper about that before I come on here and talk about it. But yeah, that's what she told me was that it's not true, and that's not how she feels, because as a refugee she has experienced more in that realm, if that makes sense. October 2nd, I learned about the West Africa yearbook and I met the West African editor. This was a professor who taught us Poly 441. He's pretty cool. I think he's the head of the political science department, so he's pretty cool. October 4th. This is a YouTube video. This is a YouTube video. Good. October 4th, I spoke to this German girl and she spoke about not wanting to accept the privileges given to her in this country because she is white and she wanted to be treated the same. Classes were on strike, but she wasn't able to protest. This is not exactly a problem, but it presents a global issue. Good. I will have to make a Melo's Musings episode on this, but let me explain to you the issue at hand. This girl, a bunch of the people in my cohort were Europeans, right? So these Europeans, the school was on church strike because of Galamsey, but they said we should have classes, meaning the study abroad people, because we're not there for the whole time, and I don't know, we paid more, yada yada yada, just a whole bunch of stuff. So then the Europeans are like, yeah, we probably shouldn't have. Me too, I was agreeing with them. Not that I thought we should be having class when nobody else is. I was like, yeah, we shouldn't be having class either, right? So they're fighting for this, they're arguing about this. They're like, yeah, so the IPO people are like, yeah, so we have to, you guys have to go to class, you know, like we're still doing class for you guys. This girl in particular, she's telling me, she's like, yeah, I told them and I can't believe they're not listening to us. I said, if the Ghanaian students are not having it, we're not having it, yada yada yada, booty booty wah. I made this in one of my vlogs. Somebody came to explain to us, hello, like we have classes because we are a separate program, and also like it's kind of the same idea of like medical students having classes. Some students in the business school are still having classes because of like the separate programs and not everything functioning under the same thingy. Did I see that there was a sense of privilege because we're international students? Yes. Was the reason decent? Kind of. But what I'm trying to say is this. So this girl, she's arguing with the IPO people, yelling at them. I'm not sure how much they could do, to be honest, because they're employees, right? They're just trying to do their job. And I'm like, as I'm not Ghanaian, but I'm from Nigeria, I just have a little inkling that like Nigerian university students, Ghanaian university students can't just be up here yelling at administrators. I just have an inkling, just a small tiny inkling. So I was like, okay, you doing all of that. I'm asking this girl, are you going to the protest? Because I was looking for somebody to go to the protest with. I didn't go for the protest because I thought we were going for the protest because somebody said they're going in the group chat. Nobody texted, would they go? So I said, obviously I'm not gonna go to a protest alone, period. Don't do that, by the way. That's very unsafe, and especially in another country. But period, I'm not going to a protest alone. That's just not a smart thing to do. You'd better go with someone who's looking out for you, you're looking out for them, you know. But no, so I'm asking her, okay, are you going to the protest? She's like, you know, I'm not from here. I don't know how people react to protests. So I proceeded to tell her, I said, you know, you're white, right? I said, because you are white, you're probably not gonna get like licked, to be honest. She's like, yeah, I don't want to use my privilege because I'm white. Like, that sounds bad. Like, why would I be standing there? And I'm like, girl, to help the protesters. Like, this is a situation where you can actually help. Like, this is like, by the way, Galamsey is illegal gold mining. This is a situation where you should be here. I'm sure they're not gonna shoot you or do. It's very unlikely, because if they shoot you, it now becomes an international problem. To be frank, now they gotta consult with the embassy, the German embassy, and a whole bunch of brouhaha. Okay, a whole bunch of brouhaha. Nobody wants to deal with that. You could have actually gone there and protested. You telling me that you don't know this country that well, you want to get more used to the country, which makes sense, by the way. But I'm like, but you're so comfortable shouting at the IPO people to like that, as if you're fighting for something by everybody not having classes. Which I understand the solidarity, but like talking to Ghanaian students, they were like, you know, we just want to go to class. Like, you guys not having classes doesn't mean we just want to go to class, which makes sense. Everybody should just go to class. The preferred outcome of like everything, right, would be everybody going to class, just going to school. I would have preferred that, period, because I wanted to go to class with Ghanaian students. They would have preferred that because they just want to go to class. I'm talking too much. This is for another video. I do want to talk about that topic. Anyways, yeah, October 9th. Oof, wow, I was really just writing. Today I went to the saloon in the trench. Oh, Melo. Today I went to the saloon in the trenches and had the worst experience ever. I made a video, but I saw a Filipino movie in Tree. I was like, okay, making it for the Africans. By the way, that's very generalistic. We are making it for the Tree speaking Ghanaians, okay? Not everybody speaks Tree, by the way. I just said that. You know what? It's not a story time. Let me just say what happened. They didn't know how to do natural hair. Almost yanked the hair out of my head. I was in tears, crying, and I was upset. I expressed that after I left the salon. It might have not been in the trenches. I think I was just being bougie. Just don't shop at me. I don't know where we were. Not really sure where I went to. But the hair was okay. The hair was fine. Let me not lie. The hair was fine. But the experience was horrible. I hated it because I realized I cared more about my natural hair than braids. As one should. Thank you. I'm not upset now. Like, it's been 2 years. It would be a bit strange if I was. Yeah. October 14th. Two South Koreans told me that they learned Hausa in their country. That was an observation. And I'm just wondering why. November 12th. Why did the teacher say that when they were growing up they were always making fun of the French teacher because they were looking very hungry? I'm so tired of her. I ain't laughing anymore because she didn't need to say that. She was talking about her experiences. And these two girls were speaking French in the class, and she was like, we would have learned. Then she started talking about she would have learned French, but they were too busy making fun of the man or the woman, I don't know, because they looked like they were hungry, whatever. The same day. I think my new teacher for Poly 459 thinks that I'm African American. I don't want to correct him because I want to see how this plays out. Are there stereotypes associated with this? Of course there are, but I want to see. I don't know who that man was, but I do have observations about him. He's not a horrible person. He's just I feel like he had to prove himself a lot, if that makes sense. It's giving he memorized the dictionary. Not that that's bad to like know English to that level. It's just that Also, I think he thought I was dumb, but you know, I feel like that's a reoccurring thing in my life, because the way he explained to me basic economic topic, mind you, I'm an economist, hello, I just didn't know, I just didn't have the heart to correct him. I was like, let me not, just, you know what, I'm gonna go home soon. November 13th, I observed a lot of assumptions based on nationality when it came to registration, and it was interesting. So you guys know I'm Nigerian. No matter where I go, I'll say I'm Nigerian. However, coming to Ghana, I'm a study abroad student, I'm an international student. I'm telling people I'm Nigerian because I am, right? And if you ask me where I'm from, I will always say I'm Nigerian. So this person, we're doing registration and they're like, oh, you have to collect water, you have to collect this. This is when I realized there was a bit of an issue, because I asked for my water and it was crates of water for the international students, so the Oyinbo students, because apparently they can't drink pure water, which the truth is that if you're coming from America, you probably shouldn't drink pure water. You might destroy your stomach. But before they, mind you, I wrote this in November, we've been here since September, so this is happening a little late, and we've been drinking pure water low-key, right? Plus me too, I've been me that used to drink water, no pure water, like, guys, please. So, but anyway, as for our welcome package, they're supposed to give us 2 crates of bottled water. So I'm like, hello, can I have my water? And they're like, oh, yours is coming another time. I'm seeing the water sitting right there. This guy, I think he was Japanese, he got his water. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, let me go to my room. And then I come back and I'm like, maybe these people don't know, you know, that I am a study abroad student. And am I wrong for wanting the same things that everybody else gets? I think everybody should have access to this, but like, the reason why we are given these things too is, honestly, I was talking to somebody, I was like, it's not fair that some things we get, some things we don't get. And they're like, no, like, you guys pay way more than we ever pay for just being here for 4 months. So when I saw that, when I heard of the prices, I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get it, right? But I do believe in equality, please and thank you. Anyways, I go up to the lady, I'm like, hi, yeah, I just want to know what I should do when I'm checking out, because I'm going back to America, so and so and so. And she's like, oh, and then she's a bit confused and shocked. Anyways, after they start asking me questions like, where am I from, am I American, like, what's going on, yada yada yada, I get my water. But they didn't assume that. I think, first of all, I speak in my, like, how about now, I talk like this a lot. I wasn't talking like this, I wasn't talking like this, and even if I was talking about I was Nigerian. It was just an odd experience, and it made me feel like I need to make a video about that, because I'm not sure what thoughts I'm trying to express, and I wish I wrote it down. It was more like a, but why don't you think that I would come to Africa? Why don't you think that I would come to an African nation? Shuggets. Like, why can't this be a new experience for me? Like, yes, I know Ghana and Nigeria are close to each other, but I'll be honest with you, besides my purpose or even me studying abroad, when would I have had the opportunity to come to Ghana? Why don't you think it's an opportunity for me to be here? Oh, this thing is about to stop, hold on. All right, we back at it. I think Ghana is beautiful and I want to be here. And you know, things like, ooh, things like that would reoccur. Like, I would have people ask me questions like, just I don't think I wrote this instance down, so I'm just gonna say the instance. I was in class and a girl, we joined with the Ghanaian students, so I was excited. Man, who sent me to go and sit in the front too? Here's this man who's the PhD TA. He's saying, oh, the reason why we teach political science is for you guys to, like, you know, try to change our nations, and you know, and I'm like, period, yeah, period. And then he's like, yeah, but most of you guys will leave. Or he said something like, but will you guys even stay? And then he's like, I know you won't stay. He's pointing at me and I'm like, hello, can you please leave me alone? And then I'm like, I will stay. Like, no, for real. Like, of course I'm Rick's right now, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, mind you, he doesn't know I'm an international student. I feel like that's the best. Like, I don't think I look Ghanaian, but he sure doesn't think I'm an international student. It's probably because I'm black, but he doesn't think I'm an international student. So I'm looking around like, and I'm just like, oh, I'm from Nigeria. I don't know why I said that. I didn't sit in the front after that, but it became a whole conversation. And this girl's like, yeah, I used to live in Nigeria. It's true, Ghana's better than Nigeria, which it is. Stop making that argument. Ghana is way better than Nigeria, okay? Ghana's better than Nigeria. Ghana's better than Nigeria. It just becomes a whole conversation, and I'm just very embarrassed and having anxiety, and I'm like, yeah, never again. Let me move on. November 16th, I talked to the snack pot lady, and she was telling me about the hardships women face in this economy and prostitution. She said Legon girls are always away during the weekend looking for something to eat. You know, this was a very I feel so bad because, guys, I didn't give... I was supposed to give Christmas gifts, and I bought Christmas gifts, but somebody annoyed me the day before Christmas, and I was just annoyed on Christmas Day, and plus they were not there for Christmas Day, so I was like, yeah, just wrap this up, I want to go home. Anyways, I didn't give them the gifts. I have the gifts actually. Hey, now wow, Melo mess up. I literally bought gifts for these people. Hey, if you guys are seeing this, sorry, oh, when you see me again, I'll give you money or something. I think I was also shy and anxious. I don't like giving gifts alone. I wanted to do it with somebody, but that person annoyed me. So anyways, that's unbeknownst to the thing. I just remember that because I remembered her. This was a very random conversation. Her madam was not around, and we were just chatting, and I think she just wanted to chat with me because I was somebody to chat to. I don't think she actually likes me for it. But yeah, she said that she thinks the girls who go to the school are, you know, away during the weekend looking for something to eat. Because she said that over the weekend is always boys, 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 because they don't used to return home. But then the girls are nowhere to be found on the weekend. We can talk about that in a video. I have nothing else to say. November 18th, I noticed that in Ghana, the United Nations is looked at differently, such as giving up some of your sovereignty to be part of it. However, in the US, that is not what is said, which is true. I've taken classes in the US, I've taken classes in Ghana, and one thing is that when they refer to the United Nations, they're like, oh yeah, you have to give up some of your sovereignty, whereas in the US, they're like, the UN is just less because you don't give up your sovereignty. You're not so, like, you're like, the first law or rule or something is that the country has sovereignty. I think we need to fix our mindsets when it comes to the UN and lock in on keeping our sovereignty. Personal thought. Okay. November 9th, my religion teacher said something so funny. She said you have to take your malaria medicine because if not, you are dead. She wasn't talking to me, she was talking to other people in my class. November 20th, my Poly 441 teacher said something so important. He said you can study anything, but politicians end up controlling the way your fields work. Which is what I've been telling y'all. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. Baby, if the whoever's in charge is not giving, it don't matter what you do. That's why I wrote that down. November 21st, this man banished me from somewhere. Girl, I was waiting for a friend, right? So we used to hang out in the graduate, like in the graduate student hostel. They have like a place to sit down and chill. I'm sitting down under a tree, and then this man walks up to me. I'm like, oh, is he okay or something? He's like, pack your things and go. I'm like, eh. And then I do that because I'm thinking I'm in trouble because we're not actually supposed to sit there like undergraduate students, but like everybody, no one cares. So he sits on the bench and lays down and falls asleep. I was sitting there like dumbfounded. I was like, did this man just pursue me so he can lie down? I'm not gonna read this whole thing. This was on my birthday. I'm gonna skip a lot. November 26th, today is my birthday. Now y'all know my birthday. Can't sleep for me right now. My teacher made me laugh so hard. Why did she say she didn't want to do racial discrimination by putting the white and Asian people in one group and the black people in the other? I was like, girl, because why did she do that? Why did we listen to Loma Loma in her class and it was my recommendation and she said she raps? This is my favorite teacher ever. I don't think she likes me though. It's okay. Why did she call Shatta Wale ugly? Bro, when I become a professor, I hope to be as unfiltered as her. Now, I'm not calling nobody ugly, and I don't know if Shatta Wale is ugly. I just don't know why she said that. And I was like, ah. And then she said Ghanaian girls are sexy and the rest are okay. You know that Wizkid song that's like, see that? Yeah, from Ghana. She said, yeah. She said the rest are fine. Girl, and the last one, she said angels in Tibet should have been angels in Ghana. She's so funny. She made my day, my birthday. She didn't know it was my birthday though, but I feel like you guys are thinking that I had like strong connections to everybody here. Mind you, I'm very awkward and I'm not sure everybody likes me. So anyways, this shot my memory. It shot my story at the right time, okay? November 29th. My friend told me that "Don't Speak Tree" was written on the walls in school. So this is my Ghanaian friend. Whew. After that, we went to a political rally. I wanted to. So the vice president's wife gave the best advice: if you're doing something, do it well. Do your best with whatever. Well, I guess whatever you have. And then I said, why did this lady say, if you want your allowance to continue, then vote for my husband? Her husband lost, by the way, but you can guess who it was. Like, that was so funny. I was like, girl, are you bribing people? Yeah. December 3rd, most overstimulating day. I had a debate, went out to get boba, literally going through a crisis. I was going through a lot, and this man is asking me for my number. What? Yeah, it was not a good day. A lot was going on. I took a debate personally. I shouldn't have. I don't know, I take everything about Africa personally. I do carry it to the top of my head, so, but I do need to calm down. I say that I didn't have to talk like that, but I didn't say anything bad. I just was like, oh Melo, relax. Oh Melo, relax. Anyways, I overthink about a lot of things. Yeah, and just so much stuff was going on that I'm not gonna even talk about. And then this man started, I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, I'm having a mental breakdown and you asking me. Mind you, he was at his job. I don't know what he was doing, like, but he was doing construction work. Are you okay? Girl. December 4th. Poly 441 teacher said, if you have extra willy, don't use it to chew, watch it. Use it to make shoes. Willy is the skin of a cow. Willy is pomo, and cow skin is leather. So December 6th, I was learning this dance name. Agbaja, and my friend told me that I've never seen the dance as difficult until I saw you do it. She's so wrong for that. She's so wrong for that. Why did she say that? Today I went to buy drinks and the ladies got so annoyed and they were like, speak Ghana English, don't be speaking for net too much. Should I give the anecdote or no? Oh, you know what, we'll talk about language another time. Oh, December 7th, which was the day of the election, this girl screamed and fell down. And why did someone say it was broken hearts? Like, she literally like screamed and fell. Like, I was walking next to her and this lady leaped, screamed, and fell. I was terrified. I ran away and I tried to get somebody help. I was like, guys, please help me, please. And then somebody said, they said she had a sickness that brings her down. I don't know if she had like mental health issues or something. What's going on my phone? I don't know if she had mental health issues or something, but I don't know. Like, nobody really explained it, but I was like, now wow, how can they say it's broken hearts? Like, these people are so serious. Like, please lock in. December 8th. Ooh, it's giving is going downhill. I went to the beach alone. It was the worst idea ever. Don't do that. Don't go. Don't go to the popular beaches in Accra alone. I was terrified. I just wanted to eat and read the Bible. Terrified is a strong word, but I just wanted to be alone, to be honest, and not around people. And here I was in the middle of people, in front of unnecessarily loud speakers, and this man came to sit next to me without asking. That did happen. That did happen. I was very upset. I was going to the beach to just relax and take a mental health day. It was a Sunday and I wanted to, like, was it a Sunday? I think it was a Sunday, and I was going to the beach to just relax my mind, read my Bible, talk to God. And just as soon as I went to I should have just turned away and got home. It was just a whole mess. Oh, I have to buy food. And the things that I knew I wanted to see, at least if they asked me to buy food, then baby speakers, and I'm like, you guys are ruining my day. Like, what's going on? Too much stuff. And then a man comes to no. Yeah, that was not my favorite day. Anyways, later that day, somebody told me that I don't act Nigerian. I don't remember who told me this, but I was like, why? December 10th. Someone in my religious class suggested that the words on the slide should be bigger, and the teacher said buy binoculars. Oh my god, she really just says whatever she likes. Why did I go to my second class of the day and I'm the only one here? That was very annoying. I didn't like that at all. It was the guy with the man who I think thought I was African American. He figured I was Nigerian later on. Anyways, I think he was nicer to me after that, which anyways, my friend told me that somebody oh man, I feel bad, and I don't think this girl likes me. My friend told me that somebody threatened to stone her with egg. Ghana, bro, I'm sorry. I know I always used to believe that those Ghana was over exaggerated until I went to Ghana and I was like, wait, so like to Ghanaians it's not like what, but to other people who like their cultures don't have like egg at this, no, not to be rude, but like egg is not like as big in Ghana. It's a lot of egg talk. It's a lot of egg talk in Ghana. This was not the only time, but whatever. December 11th. Why was the teacher so tired that he made us vote to close the class? And we closed the class. He was like and then he said, y'all want to go? I said I wanted to go, but yeah. December 12th. I went to a KFT event. That's Kingdom Food Tabernacle, the one with a prophetess Leslie Osai and Apostle Dominic Osai. My goodness, I haven't felt so revived in a while. I needed this. The pastor dropped so many gems that I hope I never forget. This is what I remember. First, pick up the old thing that God gave you and ask him to revive it. Become who you were meant to be. Ooh, ooh. Clapping is a way of warding off the enemy during prayer. Screaming is distorting the enemy's realm. Pacing around moves your prayer from a warm temperature to a hot one. The things that look stupid will be the things that change your life. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The example was Samson and the jawbone. My motivation is not only success anymore, it is to constantly upset the devil and show him that I will survive. The man gave a testimony of a white man who never saw a black person before buying him a car. Not sure why I wrote that down. Not sure why I wrote that down, but maybe I needed to write that down. December 14th. All the dirty December people have come and filled up empty air. Like what? Hold on, let me say this properly before I get cancelled. All right, all the dirty December people have come and filled up MTN. Like what? I see why they get annoyed law with different accents. British, American, Oyinbo, UK people, it don't cast. Why am I number 820? And I think I came in the morning too, which was crazy. My Uber driver was asking me jam questions about Nigerian and Ghanaian jollof. I mean, it was nice to talk to him though. Yo, why am I lying to this man about my schooling? It's dirty December period and I don't feel like letting anyone know that I'm coming from America right now. I need to stop lying. Okay, so when I'm in Uber cars and they start asking me too many questions, I do lie sometimes, and that's not a good thing. That's actually a sin, and I do not want to go to hell. I need to start saying I don't want to answer your question, because that's a bit crazy. Yes, and this was the day of Anatoria's concert in Ghana, her first ever headline show. Haley Mulenda said the deepest thing. She said, just because your phone works when it's not connected to a source doesn't mean that it's not dying. My jaw dropped. We are so quick to leave our homes with our phones charged, but our spirits dead. Ooh, I need to pray. Oh, I did today, but I need to lock in more. Okay, December 22nd. Whew, this was a strange day. The security guard was following me because I kept walking in different directions and there was a whole truck of them. I walk around every single night until midnight, and I was scared of them because they were holding sticks, so I was avoiding them. I've never seen them here at night. Why did they watch me until I accidentally encountered them? I know very well that I don't look like a threat. This is so funny. Funny like weird, not funny haha. Yeah, that was a very strange night. I was like, what is going on? Like, the reason I was even running away from them was because I saw like men in the dark, in the shadows, holding sticks. I'm like, who is walking towards you at this point in time? Of course I'm avoiding you. Between me and you, who's looking like a threat? Anyways, they were like, are you an international student? I was like, yes. And they were like, oh. I was like, yeah. That's why I'm in front of the hostels. December 24th, there's this Oyinbo. I was really getting bold. There's this Oyinbo person that gives me Ayana vibes. Why is this man riding on a bike playing the most African of African songs? Honestly, white people in Ghana is the aesthetic that my African self should have in Europe. Good. Now, if any, I wrote this on December 24th, 2024. I did end up going to Europe in January 2026. You know what? I don't know what that's gonna turn into, but this was my motivation for going to Europe. Just okay, and I wrote it down, so I know I'm right. All right, December 28th. My mom stresses me out so much. Why did my mom say Happy New Year? Sorry. My mom stresses me out so much. Why did my mom say Happy New Year in advance? Also, why was she demonstrating how she used to move away from people and live so far to the side? I don't know what she was saying, but I feel like she was like, I'm moving away from people. You have to be there. You have to be there. Okay, December 29th. My mom and I are watching Wicked, and I completely understand why I vibe with her. Lol, she gets it. She got Wicked, which is pretty cool. Also, my mom was in Ghana at this point in time. My camera went off again, so this video is about to be like 80 minutes. No, go for it. I'm almost done. Almost done. Maybe 1 hour. December 31st. On my way to church, and honestly, this Uber guy is stressing me out. Why was he cleaning his car, and why did he take so long to start the ride? Like, sir, you know very well that I'm late for a crossover service and I need my blessing. Let's be guided, please, and thank you. He's also not wearing a seatbelt. And I think the Uber guy that took me back to was also white. I'm like, please, I beg you, everybody should relax, okay? We entering 2025. I beg you. By the way, don't go to church only on crossover service to collect a blessing. That's not how that works. I did write that for like comedic purposes, but that's not how it works at all. Just letting you know. January 11th. This lady took all my money. She could have asked me to leave. Very dramatic. I made a whole video about this in a short. Very dramatic, just very dramatic. I just had a problem with like being assertive, if that makes sense. January 12th. Today is the day that I leave Ghana. I'm on the plane writing this right now in ghetto business class, but I digress. Girl, I leave here saying goodbye to my friends and leaving a lot of memories. The airport was funny, and the head security lady was not having no scuffles. I ate bootleg food in the lounge. Yeah. I'm gonna miss my alternate reality of university. I'm gonna miss Africa. I'll be back home soon. Very soon. Yeah. Yeah. I left January 12th, 2024. And good things happen, bad things happen, scary things happen, but no, I'm being dramatic. Nothing really scary happened. Good things happen, bad things happen, funny things happen, not so funny things happen, sad things happen, and it was just life. It makes me want to cry. Oh, and by ghetto business class, I meant I booked the business class flight, TAP Air Portugal, and I expected the plane to have the business class seats, but it didn't. The business class was skippy seats, which was not appropriate because I did see the plane thing before I, you know, booked. That's why I booked with that airline instead of Morocco, Royal Air Morocco, because Royal Air Morocco was honest about that. I don't know why they did that, and honestly, that's a whole video. Airlines and Africa, please, we need to talk about that, but whatever. January 13th. The day I come back. There is this white man staring at me in my business. Also, we back to tipping. And And that is the end of my diary. Also, I did when I did tip in Ghana. Actually, don't worry about me and the way I give out money. Don't worry about me. That's a weird thing to talk about, in my opinion. That's my Ghana Diaries. I just wanted to read it out, at least my memories too, even though I had it written down. If you think some things are crass and vulgar, well, I don't think anything is vulgar, but if you think some things are crass and blunt, I tried. Oh well, like, oh well. I don't think I said anything horrible, but feel free to talk and discuss in my comment section. There's no other way for me to close out this video. That's the end of my time in Ghana. Ghana was a beautiful experience for me. I studied abroad for 4 months in Ghana. Were there things I could have done better? Of course. But I can't sit here and beat myself up for the rest of my life. So I will not, and I will grow, and I'm allowed to come back again and do things better. Do I love Ghana? Forever and always. Do I love the African continent? Forever and always. Even if there's yama yama, even if I might go to places and people don't like me, even if this happens, that happens, there's nothing that will ever stop my love for the African continent. I don't care. Like, that's like, is the whole continent is my home. Like, my country is my home, but I need you guys to understand that, like, me and the okay, just making sure there's nothing. Look, I know my purpose. I know what God has ordained for me to do, and that's why I go do them. That's why I go do them. Sugar. I do love this experience. I do recommend you to study abroad. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. I really appreciate you. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. I love you. I'm praying for you, and I'm serious about that. And thank you guys for 200 subscribers. 211 subscribers. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. Come on. Have a blessed day and stay unbothered. And say, come on, unbothered. And say, oh, unbothered. Unbothered and saved. I love you guys so much. Bye bye. See you guys in the next video. Mwah.